Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever day and time you are in. Thank you for tuning in to the Mr. Phelps Show. This season, I have been intentionally slowing down and really just embracing life. I've been intentionally waking up early, having time to myself, working on various projects, editing YouTube videos, getting a little writing in, doing music. And this is very important to me that I take this time for myself. That way, when my family wakes up, I'm not frantic trying to, figure out, oh man, how I'm going to squeeze this in. If you have a family or a spouse or you're working a full-time job, then you know the struggle of waking up and then the world just coming at you full speed. You can become irritable. Every little thing ticks you off because you have so many things weighing on your mind. So you have to figure out the balance and the sacrifice. For me, going to bed early, waking up earlier before everybody gets up, that has really helped me just appreciate life more. So I've purposely been waking up, meditating, praying, being grateful just to be alive. So it may sound weird, but I'm waking up realizing, hey, you're alive today. Like, what are you going to do? Like, that alone is such a gift. The realization of I have life. I don't want to rush through this. I know there's so many things that comes at us, but just this slower pace. And then by the time my wife wakes up, I'm ready to go. And we have our time. And then when the kids wake up, we all have our time as a family. So this has been great for me, just enjoying the quietness of waking up. So right now, we're going to get the dogs fed. Then we'll get the chickens. Then we'll get the bulls. So let's go on with the day. Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Another glorious day here. I love the quietness. Quietness is beautiful. Start off feeding the chickens. Then we'll go to the bulls. We already got the dogs fed. And wife's gonna feed the family. All right.
I've been waking up, really being intentional. This may sound weird, realizing that I'm alive. Yeah, I know that may sound weird, but I've been really spending my days, mornings, praying, just being grateful, thanking God, and getting my mind kind of like a reset, realizing that honestly today is really all we have, and operating from that standpoint, that anything outside of this moment is a fabricated reality. Nothing exists. So it's being grateful for today, slowing down, taking my time, and operating from a point of no stress, not letting anything, bringing anything from yesterday or tomorrow, which tomorrow's not even here, whatever alternate reality I'm going to create in my mind, not letting anything come in today, and operating from that standpoint. So really, honestly, just being grateful that today is a new day, and staying in that mind frame. Anything can happen. So why would I waste today focusing on negative things from yesterday or false negative things from tomorrow? So yeah, staying in today, being grateful. Anything can happen. So living today. Take deep breaths. Living today. I'm coming, boys. Give me a second, boys. I'm also going to put some hay in their barn, which they already have a lot. But they like to eat right there too. I like to give them variety. So, also with all this talk about taking back my time, something I've purposely been doing is not rushing to answer people back. So if you see this message, I haven't answered you back, that's why. No, but honestly, being an entrepreneur, you know, we always have this feeling of like, we got to get a sale, or we got to do these things, answer people back. And I am purposely taking my time with things. You know, nobody owns your time. And within today's world, everything is so fast paced, and we're accessible to everybody. Everybody's accessible. Facebook, Messenger, email, cell phone, text message. So I've learned to put my phone down, put my focus on until I'm ready to look at my phone and let that off to answer notifications. So I'm realizing nobody owns my time but me. That's why I'm so done with this hustle culture. I'm just doing things because I want to. Not really worried about views. I'm just putting good out in the world because I want to. You know, everything's a gift. I just want to share that gift with whoever's listening, just so I can motivate somebody, encourage somebody. That's what I'm excited about. Not worried about views. It's got a whole different mindset. Brings a lot of peace, brings a lot of clarity. Listen how quiet it is. I love it. Sometimes you just gotta sit in the quiet. Every day you wake up, you seriously gotta realize it's a gift. Every day is a gift. Because a lot of people did not wake up. And there's always somebody in worse circumstances than you are. And I've said this on many occasions. You're always gonna be where somebody else wants to be, and somebody is always gonna be where you want to be. So you gotta find a balance. You gotta take joy in today. And what are you gonna do with today? What are you gonna do with the gift you have today, the gift of life, the breath in your lungs? What are you gonna do? That's how I approach each day. Each and every day. We're getting some water now. And we gotta do that inside. Because everything's frozen out here. My gosh. Just like my damn nose is frozen. Don't mind our dead plant.
You know, it hasn't been easy getting to this mindset of enjoying every step of the journey. It definitely has to be something that you cultivate, has to be something that you are practicing, just like everything else. You know, if you want to play the guitar, you got to pick it up and you got to actually strum the strings and try to learn it. And so it's the same way with a mindset. You have to practice it. You have to intentionally remind yourself what you have to be thankful for. Intentionally remind yourself where you were at a couple years ago. And you have to intentionally realize that even the small steps are not as small as you think. And you just got to keep on moving forward. No matter what, you got to keep moving forward. And just adopt this attitude of being grateful. Because, as I've said already, today is a gift. And you don't want to rush through a gift. I'll never forget what my 10th grade teacher told me. He said, if you keep rushing through life, you're going to be where I'm at. And I don't know why that stuck with me. It just always stuck with me. Maybe because he looked really old. But it really stuck with me. As a 15-year-old, I was like, wow. Like, that's kind of terrifying. You know, like, life goes by quickly. And I don't want to miss it. So you really have to learn to stop and smell the roses. So even now, filling up the water, walking back to the house, I don't mind it. I honestly don't mind it. I look at everything as a rest, a pit stop. You know, on the journey, you have to stop and fill up. That way you can continue to go. It doesn't matter how fast you have to get there, because if you don't stop and fill up, you're going to run out of gas and you won't even make it. So realize that the seasons where you slow down is actually, it's a gift. When you got to do that restful season. So everything is a part of the journey. And that is the mindset I have adopted. I've seen how all the dots connect. Even when I've stopped something for a while and then come back to it later. And then I see how all of that played out in the grand scheme of things. It's like, wow, that pit stop actually served me later on, because if I would have got to that point at this time, I wouldn't have been prepared as I was if I didn't take that pit stop. So everything's a part of the journey. You just have to learn to embrace it all and continue to keep going.
Brisket. Brisket. One of the biggest things I'm getting used to, because most of our marriage, we were in survival mode for a long time, and I would constantly have to keep moving to keep up, and constantly keep doing things to try to make ends meet. And so it's weird slowing down coming out of survival mode, because I have to purposely remind myself, like, yo, take your time. You don't have to do a million things at once. And as I said in my last video, my whole focus that I'm doing is I don't move on to another project until I'm done with a project. Because back when I was in survival mode, I had to do like 5,000 things at one time. And that's how my mind still processes. So it's purposely getting out of that mindset. And it feels great to have my weekends back and just have this slower pace of life. I'm able to think clearly. I'm able to move with a purpose more. Now, don't get me wrong. Every season has its, every season has a different pace to it. But if you don't have to go at a certain pace in a certain season, then step back and remind yourself, like, yo, I could slow down. Or let me take back my time. I don't have to answer everybody back right away. This is my life. So that's where I'm at. It feels pretty damn good. All right. Hope you have a blessed day. Until next time.